in this lecture example, we're going to talk about how trade blocs generate both gains and losses for the world and for the domestic economy through trade diversion and trade creation. Let's start off with the example from the textbook. Here we have the domestic market for cars. So domestic market for cars in Britain, price in dollars and quantity in thousands of cars per year. So here is the imports for demand in Britain, and let's assume that the lowest world price for cars is actually from Japan. So Japan can make cars at £5,000. On the other hand, Germany can make cars for £5,500. So 5,000 is the lowest world price. Now, before Britain joins a trade bloc with Germany, before it enters the EU, it's importing from the lowest cost producer, but it is also enforcing a tariff. So in this case, we assume that there is a tariff of £1,000, and this tariff is enforced uniformly against everyone because this is before Britain enters the trade bloc. So at this stage, what's happening is that they're actually importing at 6,000, so world price plus tariff, from Japan. So they are importing 10,000 cars from Japan. They're importing it from Japan because, of course, the German price with the tariff is going to be 6,500, which is going to be higher than the 6,000 of the Japanese plus the tariff. So what happens when the country joins the trade bloc? Well, we notice that because the tariffs no longer apply to Germany, Britain can import at the original cost to Germany of 5,500. So it can import 15,000 cars at a lower price of 5,500. So from a state of having a tariff, what's happened is that price is reduced from 6,000 to 5,500, and quantity traded has increased from 10,000 to 15,000. These two things create a trade diversion and trade creation effect. B is the trade creation effect, because it's a reflection of the fact that price has decreased and more people are consuming the good. However, there is also a trade diversion effect, C, which occurs because we, even though we are consuming at a lower price and we're consuming higher quantity, if we took away all barriers, then we'd actually be importing from Japan. And from Japan, price would go down even more, and we would import even more. So we're still diverting trade from the lowest cost producer. For that reason, we have area C. Now, what's going to be the net gain or loss to the nation? Well, obviously, if C is greater than B, then we're going to have a net loss. Trade diversion dominates. If B is greater than C, we're going to have a trade gain, or a net gain for the economy. So it really depends on the relative size of these areas.